Namaste. Today I am going to talk about the very important part of the thing called is the routine. Is the daily routine for a sadhak has to be there. Now many people when they get up, they don't realize their prana is getting disturbed. Their subtle body is disturbed because they have come back from the astral world, and therefore they need to purify the astral body, and they need to psychically get connected across. Now there is an antakarna, and the antakarna cord can be very weak. For a higher spiritual sadhak, the antakarna cord has to be very big. Then only there will be soul hunger and soul thirst will be there towards God. Otherwise Bill Gates will look very fascinating, probably Aishwarya Rai will be looking very fascinating, because all the distraction and diversions of the world will be fascinating because the spiritual cord is very small. So you have to increase the bandwidth of the spiritual cord. How do you do it? The Brahminical community have a very simple way. They ask you to do the Sandhya Vandanam, they ask you to do the Upasana Homam, which is a very good methodology to increase the aura, to purify the chakra, and to increase the cord. Especially the Upasana Homam is an excellent practice for clearing up the energy, because you get directly connected with the sun's energy. Then also you can, if you do it for 20 minutes, it will kind of hold on for 4-5 hours if you do the Homam. If you are doing puja for half an hour, let's say it will also hold on for 4 to 5 hours. That is why Shankaracharya is given a daily routine. He is supposed to pray in the morning, pray in the afternoon, and pray in the evening. And also the final calling before he goes to the bed, he is supposed to do some prayers or parayanam and supposed to do. This is a spiritual routine. If you go to a club where they play badminton, if you go to an athletic club, they will give you a routine. They will talk about warm up, they will talk about stretching, and then they will talk about the core exercise which has to be done. So please understand that you need to split your daily routine. Now if you want to become a great sadhak, you want to become an extraordinary sadhak, you need to divide your day into, let's say, 4 parts or 6 parts or 8 parts, connecting with 2 hours, because the swara changes every 2 hours. So you need to classify that way. So morning, as soon as you get up, you do your spiritual routine. Then afternoon you do. Then kind of 4 o'clock you do some stretching. Then evening again till 8 o'clock you do. Then have your dinner, and then you go and do your spiritual routine. So possibly the spiritual routine is done for more than, let's say, 6 to 8 hours in a day. The reason is then only you will see spiritual advancement and growth. Believing that many people are like Ramana Maharishi, and if they sit at the feet of the master they will get enlightened, it is all humbug. The bodhana will never ever lead you to understand God. It is the sadhana which lead you to understand to God. Vairagya abhyasaga iti yoga siddhiga Patanjali. Unless you have the vairagya means an attitude of diamond which will have to cut through all the crap. That is the meaning of vairagya. Raga means what you call it as the emotions, and therefore raga means anger. You cut through the crap of the maya using vairagya. The next thing, abhyasa. Abhyasa means practice. Again and again practice, repeated practice. So unless and until you come to the point of being a professional meditator, where you think it is the Bhakt and the Bhagavan, God only will have to take care of me and no one else can take care of me, your sadhana has to come to that point. Unless and until that, please do not think that all these spiritual routines are possible. If you go to Vipassana camp, they'll ask you to do 6 times meditation for 2 hours, and they will break it up. In between you can take a break, you can see videos, you can also try to talk to people. And in an ashram, normally they have a morning routine and an evening routine. Most of the ashram don't have an afternoon routine. Now Shankaracharya is expected to do the morning routine, but these days he combines 2 pujas and he does that. Now whatever it is okay. Now it is like recharging your battery. Now you will have to do spiritual practices which is like recharging your battery. If you do Avbhasana Homa, let's say for half an hour, you will be able to hold it on for 3-4 hours. Again you need a recharge. because the mind can get deluded, the mind can get perverted, the mind can get very, very disturbed. So for that you use that particular thing. The other one is in Tantric Sadhana, they ask you to do the Guru sits, and the entire session will go on for 4 to 6 hours, and sometimes it might even extend to 8 hours, where they sit throughout the night. And the Christianity has what you call it as a night vigil, fasting with a vigil. It's okay. Those are all different systems to recharge your battery. In the yoga principle, they ask you to do 108 pranayama, which is Nadi Shuddhi, followed by Brahmari and also by Ujjayi. 108 Ujjayi will purify you, 108 Nadi Shuddhi will purify you. Now, these are different ways to recharge your battery, and also you can do some basic Surya Namaskar, like say 12 times, 27 times, which will help you to physically get yourself ready. So, the physical purification will happen due to fasting, mauna, upavasa, not eating. All these three things will trigger the purification of the body. The mind is purified using pranayama. That is one way, using Ujjayi or the what you call it as the pranayama. The other way is doing the homa, and normally some people do kirtana, and I have never seen a lot of energy coming down in kirtana, because a lot of people are mentally very disturbed and they don't take the sankalpa, and a lot of thing is there. I have never seen the impact which is being done. Also, some people go and participate in the puja, like for example, some people do Maharudram. Some people go and do chant Vishnu Sahasranama as a part of the daily routine after the retirement, which itself is okay. And somebody came up and he said, I'm doing Brahma Yajna. I said, do it repeated, do it 108 times. Now you see the impact. Now also you can take the refuge before you do the practice. Now in Buddhism they call it as Buddham Saranam Gacchami, Dhammam Saranam Gacchami, Sangam Saranam Gacchami. You can also do that in the Hinduism by saying, I bow down to the rishis, Rishi Saranam Gacchami. You can also do the Dharmam Saranam Gacchami. Also you can do the Sangam Saranam Gacchami. You can also, like the great Guru Padmasambhava talks about the lotus bond, Eshe Shogal, he talks about try to surrender to the Guru, Idam and the Devata mantra. Now that is also another way. You ask for spiritual protection, you do not have diversion. That is a very, very beautiful way to do. Also the attitude of bodhicitta is very, very important. It is not for me I am doing. I am doing it for my family, for my children, for my lineage, for my kula, gotra, varna, jati, and ultimately you will end up in the what you call it as in the national level, and also you can even pray for COVID in the international level. So the point is the motivation will come with bodhicitta, because how much food you can have, you will not feel like. Always you should do sadhana like the women. When the woman cooks, she feels, oh, my husband will love it, my grandson will love it. That is the way you cook the food. If you are going to eat for yourself, you might not be motivated to cook. In the same manner, when you do sadhana for the world, and you should take tough problem. For example, your family life, everything is okay. Take the rain sadhana and do it. See it repeated, whether you can break the pattern of the rain. It will be very, very difficult, and you will have the ultimate sadhana where you can bring down the rain anytime. So many people talk about Siddhi, saying you will get distracted about Siddhi. Wrong. Siddhi is a way to measure yourself, whether you are progressing or not progressing, and God will send you petty tyrants. Whenever you do sadhana, the enemy will arise automatically. People who don't understand you, people who don't respect you, people who do not try to divert you, you should learn to quell the petty tyrant with compassion. You should pray for them, because that is the way to do the sadhana. The attitude of sadhana is very important. So this is the daily routine which has to be followed. If P.V. Sindhu were to play, she will say, I have been playing badminton for India. I want the India to win the gold medal, not only for herself. Her victory is the victory of many millions of people. In the same way, when you do sadhana, you should do it for the sake of the world. Many people hate the world and they want to get out of it. That's going to be very, very tough. Slowly, when your sadhana takes off from 2 to 4 to 6 to 8 hours, you will find the sadhana. There is no need for fame. There is no need for money. You will have a lockdown automatically. You will not be interested in fame. Why should somebody praise you? And you will have what you call Chatrasya Raja Varunaha. nakshatranam sadabhishak tau devebhyo vasishtah. People who are well read, people who are very intelligent will come and praise you, and there will be one or two persons which is enough to fulfill you as a person to continue to motivate your sadhana. You don't need publicity, you don't need to tell yourself as an avatar, you don't need to promote, because sadhana itself is so fascinating that you don't have time to share, you don't have time to talk, because you feel it's so burdensome to talk. It is like, I had idli in the hotel. I mean, what can you else you talk? I went and saw the movie. What else you can talk? You have enjoyed the movie, you'll say, if it's good, you please go ahead and do it. That's the same way. So the spiritual routine is important. 4 times a day, 5 times a day, it depends. If you are a Muslim, they tell you, also they give you what you call it 45 days. The Lenten season is there in the Christianity, the Lenten season is there in the Muslim, and the Lenten season is called the Chatur Masa in the Indian spirituality. I have seen Shantananda coming down, he will change the places, he will sit down and do, because the karmic laws should not catch of him. So you have to keep doing it. And remember, just because you become a yoga teacher, it doesn't mean you have understood about spirituality. You should be able to master your dream. You should be able to master your breath. You should be able to master this Maya. But remember, Brahma Satya Jagan Mithya. Everything is Maya. Everybody is already a Bodhichitta. There is nothing to talk. All talking is only an illusion. All talking is to dispel the illusion. Thank you so much for seeing the video. I request you to share this video as much as possible, because I have no other else way to contribute to the world, because my sadhana is very intense. I pray those who are seeing the video, may they get enlightened. May those who hear my name, may they get enlightened. May all the beings who see me, hear me, who have interacted with me, may they all get enlightened. Thank you so much.